Hey guys, we are Empire Dachshunds. I'm James.
And I'm Rachel.
And we're going to talk about 51st Dates.
Matt is super excited about it. James super excited about it.
Who doesn't love Adam Sandler?
He loves Adam Sandler so much.
The funny thing is, at a point in my life, I loved Adam Sandler. Like, I thought he was great. And then you get through so many of his movies, and they just get worse and worse as you go forward in time.
I will say there was a period, Jack and Jill era, that they were really bad. But, for the most part, I enjoy his movies.
For the most part. I mean, like I said, I think Happy Gilmore, Billy Madison are his great ones. Big Daddy and Wedding Singer are fine. The Waterboy's fine. Mr. Deeds isn't great. You know, Little Nicky's pretty abysmal.
Yeah, but he does a good job, like, with 50 First Dates and with, like, Just Go With It. They're good feel good movies.
All right. Okay.
And I know you differ entirely on 50 First Dates and the whole thing with that one. So,
there's some horrifying implications to this movie. Let's not try to dance around that fact. Like, I get it's supposed to be cute, like, oh, look how much effort he puts into getting with this girl. And I was like, oh, look at this. He has all this foreknowledge of what she likes and how she feels, and he's able to kind of use her feelings against her, is the way I would describe it, to get what he wants. And, you know, we don't... The film isn't filmed to, like, be like, look at this horrifying predator, but it's not really, like, that far out of it. In fact, I feel the movie had to go, like, a weird distance to show that Adam Sandler's character's not a scumbag, because there's that whole scene where he's at the bar and he's like, there's no alcohol in these drinks, I just make you all think you're drunk. I'm like...
Well, he even said in there so that they can stay up all night, so, I mean, he did have nefarious reasons of not putting alcohol in there.
Yeah, and don't forget all the lies he's told all those girls. There's a whole montage that starts at the beginning of the movie of listen to all the lies Adam Sandler was telling to get laid.
Yeah.
But, you know, and there's all this other stuff to this that bothers me. Why does every movie Adam Sandler make have to have Rob Schneider playing a race Rob Schneider's not?
I was wondering, what is Rob Schneider?
I believe he's... You know, I don't know. I think he's part Hispanic, but... I mean, he's played an Asian man in one of Adam Sandler's films. Like, he plays a Hawaiian man in this movie. Like, Rob Schneider does not need to be the one playing the Hawaiian man. That couldn't have been a white guy.
Yeah.
Like, that was too much. We had to have him in, I don't even know what you call it, Hawaiian face?
Oh, God. Yeah, Rob Schneider being in some of his films is very questionable actions in them.
No, don't get me wrong. I love the fact that Adam Sandler has a whole cottage industry of keeping his friends employed. Like, you see all the Adam Sandler regulars that are in there for cameos, and...
Yeah.
I mean... Without Adam Sandler, I mean, where would David Spade be these days?
Well, so actually, I thought it was really interesting in this one that there were actually two nods to two different movies, one of which was Adam Sandler's, is when they were at the golf course and they did the wacky swing, which was, you know, Billy Madison.
Happy
Gilmore, whatever. I get those two confused for some reason. But the one that I had never noticed until this time was when they went to the institute, the memory clinic place. It was like T.B. Callahan. It was like Callahan Institute. And it was Dan Aykroyd, who played in Tommy Boy. And Tommy Boy, the automobile part factory that he owned was Callahan Auto. And I thought that was kind of hilarious that they threw that in there. So it's like, never, like, I've seen this movie several times, never paid attention to that, and then I just heard Callahan, and I'm just like, boom, and it, like, clicked, and, yep.
It's always, like, Adam Sandler's always been very good about having cute little references to Christopher. I believe not too long ago he was singing a song about him in one of his specials and just broke out crying, and I mean, that was 25 years ago, almost 30 now that happened.
Well, they were on SNL together, right?
Yeah, they were.
Yeah, I think they were pretty good friends.
Yeah, it's funny. I watch a YouTube channel that's dedicated to Norm Macdonald, who was on SNL around the same time, and hearing him like tell some of the stories of Chris Farley and some of the stuff he got up to with David Spade, it's just ridiculous stuff. I think the cutest reference to Chris Farley in one of Adam Sandler's movies is actually in Little Nicky in one of like the end title cards. It's like Little Nicky's angel mom, who's played by Reese Witherspoon in the film. It's like she chose not to continue dating the devil. Instead, she started dating her dance instructor, Chris Farley.
Pay attention to that.
It's just an end title card. It's just a very funny reference, especially since one of Chris Farley's best skits on SNL was the Chippendales one.
Well, name a Chris Farley one that wasn't funny. Let's just put it there. Like, come on now.
I think that's not fair, considering my knowledge of early to mid-90s SNL isn't quite what it used to be when I was younger, and SNL ran on Comedy Central literally all the time.
Yeah, but, like, everybody knows, like, In a Van, Down by the River. Like,
I've never seen any of the other ones, though. There was apparently a whole series of those.
Oh, yeah, I've seen a bunch of them. I also have the, like, best of Chris Farley SNL.
Oh, my favorite of his is always the hidden camera one with the folder.
The
coffee crystals, where he just goes on a rampage.
Yeah, but anyways, back to the movie, which does not have Chris Farley in it.
I'm just saying, if Chris Farley was alive, he would have made the movie better.
Well, Chris Farley would have made a lot of things a lot better. Come on now.
Man, just imagine him in Parasite.
Oh, God. No, that movie was great on its own. It doesn't need Chris Farley.
Doesn't it, though?
No. No, I like it. It is just, kind of a feel-good movie. You can't, like, I just sit there and I kind of, like smile, Sure, it's sappy and, I don't...
I think its whole selling point, though, is just, man, remember how good a chemistry they had in The Wedding Singer? Let's see if we can get that again. And then they tried again!
What was the other one?
Blended? The one...
Oh, yeah. I like that one, too. But then he also does that with Jennifer Aniston.
Yeah. They've done what?
I like those ones.
2, 3 together now?
Yeah, one of them was a Netflix special. I still enjoyed it.
It's just funny to think, because we're doing this and we're living the time now where he's been in Uncut Gems, which is, we haven't watched it, but is like supposed to be like, man, you kind of forget Adam Sandler does really well in dramas, he just never chooses to do them. He's like, I'd rather go take a vacation with my friends and get paid for it.
Yeah, he does have a lot of movies in Hawaii.
Well, not just Hawaii, just in general. It was apparently originally set in Seattle. And he's like, let's go shoot it in Hawaii.
Yeah, why not? Hey, if you had that choice, why not?
I guess because I'm, you got to get that big Adam Sandler draw.
Well, I guess this is... Oh, what was I reading? It was like one of the first movies on Blu-ray, and it was like one of the first ones to like get #1 in the box office and make over 100 million or something like that. I don't know. I didn't really read too much.
We're not quite in the horrifying time period where his movies are weirdly expensive to make, but they don't really have anything to them, so it makes no sense why they're so expensive. It's like one of the grown-ups movies was like close to $200 million to make, and like it's them fucking about at a lake. Shouldn't take $200 million to make that.
There were a lot of people in that movie, though.
I mean, Adam Sandler, let me say, he's just no Kevin James. I don't sit down for a good Adam Sandler movie like I do a Kevin James movie. Once we finish up the Strawberry Shortcake movie and Steven Seagal on the Moon, I'm just saying Paul Blart 3.
Honey, tell us what happens to all the Paul Blart Mall Cop movies that come into your store.
Well, part of my job used to be sending back DVD copies of movies that we weren't selling, so I kept a box of just all our copies of Paul Blart and Paul Blart 2, known as the Blart box, just to see how many I could accrue.
Yeah. So, do you really think a Mall Cops 3 would really sell?
I think it would sell like gangbusters.
No, I don't think so, honey.
You say that, but that's a bankable name. Paul Blart Mall Cop. Paul Blart Mall Cop. Paul Blart Mall Cop.
No.
Yeah, I really don't have a lot to say about it. There's nothing really to it for me. It's either turn my mind off and not worry about some of the things going on in it, or just me, slowly nod off to sleep because it's just a pleasant distraction. I will say, the thing that I hate most about this movie, though, and it has nothing to do with the movie itself, that darn 311 cover of that Cure song, Love Song, that came out of this movie. I did not like the original song. I hate it even more now that 311 has a cover of it, and that was on the airwaves everywhere after this movie. Like, 311 was weirdly popular in my hometown. Like, they were, like, the local, like, band's, like, favorite bands. So they were always trying to imitate them. And I just found them so boring because, really, reggae has no interest to me whatsoever as a musical genre. And to hear a boring cover of a boring song is... But darn it, we did manage to get that ukulele cover of Somewhere Over the Rainbow that was everywhere around this time period as well in there. Yeah. Soundtrack is sure interesting. Yeah.
It's a nice background song, like, music to it. Nothing to, like, ooh, I gotta buy this album, but...
From what I was reading, it's a lot of covers by people, including one by the lead singer of Alien Ant Farm.
Who we were talking about today!
Yes, we were talking about Alien Ant Farm today. Let Alien Ant Farm never be forgotten. 2020 is the year of Alien Ant Farm. Bring them back.
2020 does need Alien Ant Farm back. So, Alien Ant Farm, get back together.
I think they're still together. I just
Are
don't
they?
think they're popular. I mean, why not? I'm sure you still can draw, like, $1,000 at a gate just by doing Smooth Criminal 3 times.
I haven't heard anything coming from them.
To be fair, I mean, where would you have context to hear an Alien Ant Farm song in the year of our Lord 2020?
Let's see. I am curious now. I have to know.
Let the mystery begin, guys. What is Alien Ant Farm up to? We'll have to continue our deep analysis of 51st Dates after hearing about Alien Ant Farm.
It doesn't look like they've... Like, right out of the gate, doesn't look like they've had... Oh, it says years active, 1996 to present.
To present, guys.
But I don't... So in 2005... Oh, wait.
Looks like they released an album in 2015.
After several years of sporadic touring, the band's first studio album, Always and Forever, was released in February of 2015. That is the last information, according to Wikipedia.
So get it together, Alien Ant Farm. Give them people what they want. More Alien Ant Farm. And Paul Blart Mall Cop 3. Till death do us, Blart. I can't take credit for that. That's a Parks and Rec joke.
No, honey. No.
So who would you recommend 51st Dates to? Like, what is the audience for this?
I'd say girls, or not necessarily girls, but anybody who loves a good rom-com. I enjoy a good rom-com. Like, I hate romance movies. I'm like, heh. But a good rom-com. I know a lot of guys who love good rom-coms. So, yeah. If you love rom-coms, I would recommend this to you. Or if you're an Adam Sandler fan, I guess.
Which is quite a thing to be at this point in time. God, his career has been around 25 years now of movies. Lee Madison, I believe, was in 1996.
Yeah.
Oof. Good on you, Adam Sandler. You made quite a career out of
goofy songs.
I will say this is one of the few movies in his filmography that doesn't have one of my great problems of Adam Sandler movies where he has to be the toughest guy. No one thinks you're tough, Adam Sandler. I'm sure you could beat me up, but most people probably not.
I don't know. I never really got that impression.
There's a lot of his films where he has scenes where he beats someone up. Like, Mr. Deeds has, 4 scenes of him beating people up.
I don't know. I think I've only seen that movie, once or twice.
Happy Gilmore. I mean, obviously the big fight in that movie is him losing to Bob Barker, but he gets in a fight there. He's in a lot of fights in his movies. He thinks he's a tough guy. Or at least he pretends to be a tough guy in his movies.
Okay. Maybe he is at heart, honey. And are we going to deny what this man feels?
He makes hundreds of millions of dollars. I'm going to deny whatever I want about him. What does he care what I think?
Yeah, he'd probably watch this and just laugh, and you'd be like, ah, sucker.
Hey, I'm not going to hate on him for his game. Like I said, I like his cottage industry of keeping his friends employed.
Yeah.
That's a stand-up thing to do when you're a multimillionaire. And you haven't somehow pissed it all away because you didn't let them manage the money. You just gave them things to do. So, alright, guys. As always, do give us a follow. Maybe click the bell. I don't know. I really don't know what the bell does, but you should click it. And if you'd like to watch me play video games live, check me out at twitch.tv/StreamSquad.
And comment down below what you thought of 50 First Dates, and follow these adorable little babies on Instagram at Empire of Dachshunds.
Till next time.
Have a good one.